crafters, and welcome to Creative Moments by G. I'm G, and so happy that you're with us tonight. Let me see. I see Linda and Stella. They're already on. Stella's in Arizona, and they had thunder and lightning and no rain. Now, isn't that disappointing that you don't get any rain? That's like last night. Monty and I were texting back and forth because we heard the thunder and we were so excited we were going to get some rain here in the desert. But it didn't rain, but that's okay because we enjoyed the thunder, right? Isn't that right, Linda? I know. Well, you know, I hope that we get some rain tonight, Linda. I really, really do. And Annie is here. Hey, Annie. Copper clay. Okay, a totally different kind of brown. You know, that is so true. I love that copper clay. In fact, we're going to be using it tonight. So fantastic. Okay, I'm just seeing what everybody has said. Okay, let me see. Oh my gosh, there's so many comments, I can't even read them. But remember now, if you got our newsletter, I posed a question to you. And if you didn't get our newsletter, Maudie will put up in the chat room how you can get the newsletter. She'll post the link for you. I want to welcome everybody tonight. If you are watching the rebroadcast, welcome. If you are new, let us know below the video that you're new. We would love to welcome you to our channel. And if you are new, you don't know who the heck I keep talking about we, and you're wondering who is we? Don't see anyone back there. Well, we is my sister Maudie. We go on this crafting journey together and we have so much fun. She's over in the chat room and she wants to chat with you tonight. We are going to make a diagonal card and we are going to go color crazy because we are using bright colors. Now, if you read the newsletter, I said, come tonight and let me know what is your favorite color. What is the color that represents your personality? You know, because we all have a favorite color, right? Mine's purple, but we also have a color that represents our personality. So I want to see if anybody has said what their personality color is. Hey, Vicki, so happy that you're with us. Hilda, great. Carol's here. I can't really see if you have said your color. Well, what do you think mine is? Knowing my personality, right? I kind of have a large personality, I know. Sign up for the newsletter, yeah, So what do you think my color is? We're going to let you post in the comments. It doesn't have to be the Stampin' Up! Color. You can just go ahead and say what color you think it is. Hilda says mauve. Oh, that's a good color because that's the lipstick I like to wear. What else do we have going on? Who else says? Oh, Stella, thank you so much. This is so cool. This shirt, I actually have this shirt, and I'm going to show you a chart tonight that says what colors Pantone has picked. You know, Pantone is the industry organization that picks our colors, right? Maudie picked Pretty Peacock, and Stella's is red. Oh my goodness, red, a force to be reckoned with. Let's see, Linda is blue. Have a lot to choose from. Yeah, you have a lot to choose from. Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what my color is. Magenta or Mambo, Melody Mambo. Oh my gosh, it just went out of my mind. Melon Mambo. Melon Mambo or Magenta. I love that color. I think it's so pretty. So let me show you the cards we're going to be working with. We're going to make two different cards. We're going to make this one that is, you know, just your good, solid card. You know, it has the flap. We love it. It's a diagonal card. Very easy to make. We have Father's Day coming up. This will be a perfect Father's Day card. And then we're going to change it up just a little bit with the design that flaps over. And so look at that flap. I'm going to show you how to make that because you're probably saying, hey, I don't have anything that makes a card like that. Well, guess what? You really do. Hey, Phyllis. So happy that you joined us. And so let's head down to the crafting table and let's get started. Let's see if we can do this. There we have it. Now remind me if I forget to show you that Pantone chart so you can see what are the colors of 2023. But the first thing we need to do for tonight's card, now look at these. Oh, well, before I show you this little bit of color, I want to show you this beautiful DSP set. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you've seen this or not, but this is called Masterfully Made. And this is what we're working from tonight. And look at these colors. I mean, is that just not like my shirt, right? Look at that. Hey, Nancy from Massachusetts, so glad you're here. Look at this one. Oh my goodness. Now remember, when you cut this for your card, you're gonna cut it down the middle, maybe cut a little bit down here so that you can maintain these beautiful colors. Oh, I love this. This is the more muted blues. Oh, look at that. Boy, I can tell that's really coming up beautifully on the screen. What do y'all think about that? And look at that. Now let me flip it over and show you what's on the back, because what I like so much about this DSP is that it's two-sided. Now sometimes you like both sides and that makes it really hard, right, to cut it. Hey, Darlene. Look at that. Oh my gosh, there's that magenta. I'm a magenta girl. Look at that teal pretty peacock. You're right, Phyllis. That one looked just like my blouse, doesn't it? And look at this. Once again, the pretty peacock. And I don't know what color that is. That's that new green. And then look at that mauve. Someone said mauve for my colors. I love mauve, yes. So we are so excited to work with these colors tonight. But the first thing you're gonna do is get your base card. Now I wanna remind you, they're already over there if you head on over to Creative Moments by G, but not yet. Stay with us, right? Stay with us because I wanna show you two more examples of cards at the end. But anyway, the dimensions are already over there, and then below the video we've listed all the products, so it has a link with it. If it's a product you want, you can just click on that link and it'll take you right where you need to go. So this is just your normal portrait card, right? Now what we need to do is cut it diagonally, and you know, a lot of people are kind of timid about cutting it diagonally. Not to worry, it is so easy. All you do, hey, I'm loving those thumbs up and sunflowers, Phyllis. All you do is take the top left and the bottom right, and you put it in the canal, right here on your trimmer. Line it up, make sure the point is lined up, and then just slice. And there we have our diagonal. Super easy, not hard at all. And then you're probably saying, you've probably had maybe some trouble in the past when you've tried to cut a diagonal to get it to fit your base card. Well, let me give you the tip for that. You want to make sure that you go ahead and you cut your mats. Cut your mats first. So this one is a little smaller than the base card. This one is 5 1/4 by 4. And this one, which is on the top, is 5 by 3 3/4. Once you have those cut right, then you just put them in your trimmer and you cut it. And it absolutely will work every time. I know that, I have had trouble in the past, and really that's the trick. Go ahead and cut your mats and then cut the diagonal, and you won't have any trouble. Now, I want to make sure that I get a lot of pink, so I want to make sure and cut it this way. So I'm putting those corners right there in the canal. Oops. Move just a little bit. And now we have a whole nother set of cards that we can make, right? So let me put this to the side and let's just watch this get lined up. Let's go ahead and adhere this. Oh, don't you love these colors? This pumpkin pie and melon mambo. Oh my goodness. Loving these colors. So bright and so happy. Oh, look at that. Hey Pat, so happy that you made it. How's the Alabama weather? Arizona is thundering, but no rain. New Mexico, southern, thundering, no rain. Are you getting any rain? I hope not too much. And so let's go ahead and lay this down. And you can see that it's lining up perfectly. That is the trick. Cut your mats first and then cut your diagonal. And you get it perfect every time. Look at that. Don't you love those colors? Love those colors. Now the next thing we need to do for this diagonal card is to cut a smaller card that goes on the inside. Now this card is 9 by 3.5 and we're going to score it at 4.5. So let's just put this in, put it at 4.5. Make sure that you get this cutting blade out of the way. And there we have it. And if you just joined us, let us know what is your personality color. I've said, loud personality, mine's magenta. What is your personality color for today? Oh my goodness, she got a little suntan today. Wow, Phyllis. That's pretty cool. Let me get my bone folder. Let us know your color personality below. Now, here we go. Look at that. It's just going to line up perfectly. But we are not through because we have to decorate this and the inside. But I want to go ahead and get this lined up and let's lay it down. So I'm going to put glue on the back side of this smaller card. We have some blending that we're going to do, and I'm going to show you the stamp set that we're going to work with. It's a brand new stamp set and so cute. So you want to make sure that you line this little point up right there, right here on this edge. You don't want to get it because otherwise it won't open up. So there we have it. We have our edges all lined up. Look at those bright colors. Loving those bright colors. So here we go. Now, on the inside, we're going to wait just a minute because I want to get to the blending. And I want to show you the cute little stamp set we're going to use. Look at this. Have you seen this cute little stamp set? Hey, Chuck. These guys are just so hysterical. We love them. Look at that. And it also, when you buy the bundle, you also get the dies that cut out. Oh, Pat's a royal blue. Maudie is also in the blue family. Pretty Peacock, the teal blue. Okay, so we're going to use that. But we're also going to use a few little items from here. We're going to use this sand so that they're standing on some sand. And then we're going to use this cute little grass right here. Now this is an oldie, but boy is this a goodie. How many of you have this stamp set? Love this stamp set. In fact, I think we just made a card. Or no, the card I'm going to show you later today. In just a little bit, we use this. So. Okay, now since I'm going to do some blending, I need to bring in something so as not to get this dirty, right? So let's bring in our paper. Now let me show you the colors I'm going to work with. I'm going to be working with garden green, copper clay, and crumb cake. Oh my goodness, this new copper clay that Annie talked about, love this. And that's going to be our ground. So I need to go ahead and grab me a big brush. And because this is a dark color, we want to make sure and start blending off the paper. Look how dark that is. Yikes. That would be way too dark, right? So we're just going to very lightly, I'm not putting any pressure on the head of my blending tool. We're just going to barely go over it just to give it a little bit of landscaping right here. Look at that. But I do want you to be able to see it, right? So here we go. Now, I also want to remind you, if you haven't checked us out on Instagram, you need to get on over there. Monty's going to put the link for our Instagram in the chat room. She didn't know she was going to, but she is. Because we have some fun shorts over there, some reels over there. Okay, so I think I have enough. Now look at that. I just very lightly went over it. But you know what? To make it even prettier, let me show you what we're going to do. We are going to pick up that little stamp set that looks like sand, and we're going to use crumb cake. So, let's see what this looks like. Oh, you can just barely see it, but just enough to make it look like some, I guess we could say dirt, right? Okay. A little bit more right there. Right there. Look at that. See how cute that looks? I love that. Okay, now we need to bring in some green, right? We need to bring in our little grass just to give it some more interest. And it's right here. Don't you like to mix your stamp sets? I like to mix our stamp sets. Okay, now on our next card that we go into, it's going to be flowers. So this is a scene, but next time it's going to be flowers. Because spring is all about flowers. And mentioning spring, I don't know what got into me today, but I decided to clean up my office closet. Oh my goodness. How many of you have started your spring cleaning? Let me know. I would love to know. I'm just going to add a little bit. And you know, I'm adding some second dimension stamps. Well, that was a mess when I started cleaning out my office closet because I have so many books and I decided I needed to get rid of some of them. So now I'm going to have to take them to the bookstore. We have a bookstore here that's a used bookstore. And they let you trade in books and you get points. So I'm going to try that. The next thing we need to do is I want to bring in some orange. Oh, Phyllis, you decluttered all day. How many of you are starting to do your spring cleaning, or have you finished? Let us know below. Let us know if you started or if you already finished. Because I'm just now starting. Oh my goodness. So we're going to start with the orange because we're bringing in a sunset. So let's go ahead and tap off. And as you can see, I always start off the paper because we don't want to have a big blob, right? Phyllis is going to do it again tomorrow. You're making me feel guilty, Phyllis. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to keep it up, I guess. And also, have you decluttered your craft room, everyone? Do you recycle? You began spring cleaning years ago, but the seasons changed. That's right. Thank goodness spring doesn't last very long, right? Now I'm going to move into my Daffodil Delight. Linda, what is spring cleaning? That's right. You know, but we sometimes have to declutter our craft rooms too, right? Now, I'm always tapping off because I don't want to get a whole lot on there. So now I'm bringing in our Daffodil Delight, just very lightly. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. It's just very light, but really makes a difference. Now I want to show you this. What do you think about that? It's so much prettier than just a white piece of paper, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, so here we have this. The next thing I want to do is go ahead and stamp our sentiment, because that's going to help me build my little scene that I want to build. This is such a fun card. And you know, this is great for happy birthday or just for a silly card. So what I'm going to stamp is I'm going to stamp Rise and Shine, because I have cut out using that bundle. Look at that cute little sun. Is he not cute? I'm going to just put him right here in the corner, and I'm going to go ahead and glue him down, and that will help me position exactly where I want to stamp my message, right? Sometimes we have to do that. So let's just go ahead and get that positioned right there. And notice how I just put the glue on the center part, because I want my little sun rays to come up like this. Okay. Now I'm going to stamp Rise and Shine in my memento. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. Let's keep our fingers crossed that we get a good stamp, right? Right here, Rise and Shine. I'm just going to hold it because now it has to go through what I blended, right? There we go. Yay, it worked. And I'm also going to put down Rise and Shine. It's your birthday. So let's go ahead and put that, because wait until you see what I'm going to create. I'm going to create this whole little scene. So cute. We're going to do a little bit of blending with our blends. Oh my goodness. Loving it. Now, here we go. Look at that. It's looking cute. But now we have to stamp some of our images, right? So I'm going to go ahead and grab, let's see, I'm going to grab our memento, and I'm going to just stamp our little rooster guy. And then let's see, I need to stamp our fence. We actually have dies for these fences. I'm loving this. Okay, and now look at the blends I'm going to bring in. We're bringing in the copper clay, the pecan pie. Oh my goodness, pecan pie. We're bringing in the lemon lolly, I believe that is. Nope, Daffodil Delight, pumpkin pie, because I want this guy to be kind of crazy. So let's go ahead and get him. I'm going to get him a little bit closer. Let me see if I can do that. Okay, so let's just move him right there. Now I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to start with a little bit of pecan pie, just for down here. He's kind of a crazy looking rooster. We're just going to go right here. I'm going to go ahead and color his feet. And it's very hard to talk and color feet. You got to be super careful. Now we're going to do a little bit of blending. I'm going to bring in some orange, and I'm just going to go over the edge. Because remember, when you go over the edge, because these are alcohol markers, it blends the two together. Hey Phyllis, We do not have our paper pumpkin yet. Has anybody here received their paper pumpkin? Now, we are right next to Utah. So let us know if you are watching the rebroadcast. Let us know below the video. Have you received your paper pumpkin? And those watching us now, let us know. We haven't. I'm hoping to receive it maybe tomorrow or Saturday. That means we'll get our alternatives up on Sunday. Now I'm going to bring in that Daffodil Delight and just give us a light color. Now I'm going over that pumpkin pie to really lighten it up so that it blends better. I'm going to color his neck. And let's see, I'm going to use a little bit of the magenta on his topper to make him look like a little crazy guy. I'm also going to bring in a little bit of orange for him, his pumpkin pie. Have you seen what oh, somebody said their paper pumpkin arrived. Who was that? Let me go back. Anne got her paper pumpkin today. Oh, I'm so jealous. Monty and I are jealous. Okay, Anne, we want to see your alternatives. Send them to us so we can see them. Okay, we're going to get a little bit of pumpkin pie there. And let's see, let's bring in a little bit of yellow, that Daffodil Delight. Look at him, he's crazy. He is all about color, right? And there we have it. Now I need to color his beak a little bit. So let me go in with that pecan pie. Oh my goodness. Let's see, I need a little yellow up top. It's so fun. This is like, you know, when you have some time and you want to put together a puzzle. Yeah, he's a wild one, Stella. These kinds of things are fun. We don't very often do these puzzle pieces and put all these together. But you know, it's just so relaxing. It is fun. So I'm going to go ahead and give him his little eye right there. I think I'm going to give him, he's really crazy. Who knows what's wrong with him? I'm going to give him a yellow eye. Now look at him. Is he crazy or what? Now on our fence, we're just going to use that. Actually, this isn't pecan pie. This is light and dark copper clay. So we're just going to go over it just like this. And I use the big brush because I like to color it quickly. And look how smoothly that is. And the tip on using your blending brush that's like a paintbrush, that side of the nib, is to slant it. You don't ever want to do it like this because you'll ruin the tip. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my goodness. And then I'm going to come in with the darker one. And I'm just going to go over those areas where they gave us those lines just to give us some dimension. Okay. And there we have it. Now look at that. I love that color. What do you think about that? So we're going to put this to the side. Now I have already cut these out, but they look the same. He's still as crazy as ever. We have our fence right here, and the way we're going to decorate this is, oh, and you know what's cool about this little fence is, it kind of, there's a little notch right there, and this little thing goes right in it. Look at that. Isn't that cute? We're not going to use it like that though. We're going to put it right here, and I'm going to put it up on dimensionals. So let me grab some dimensionals. Let's see. I think we can use a big dimensional. We can try anyway. I put it right there. And right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use 3 because I really want it to be strong. Okay. Oh. And I'm just going to put it right here. Right there. So that's kind of at the top of our land right there. And then I'm going to put some more dimensionals on this one. And he's going to be down here just a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Anne, thank you. Okay, we're going to put this here, right there. And now our crazy little guy, he's going to be standing just kind of right there. Well, but he can't cover that up, right? So now I kind of need to just move him like right here. Let me see how I'm going to put him. Oh, let's see. Oops. Let's see. I can put him there. I'm trying to see. It's kind of hard because I put this, let's see, I had it fixed before, but now I'm going to have to kind of put him down about right there, just on top. So I know I can put a dimensional right here on his little head. So get that. I can get one on his body, I think, but I better double check. Let's see. Yep, I can put one on his body. We are almost done with this first card. Now this is a great template to use, like I said, for Father's Day, birthday cards. Oh, look at that. Look at this little guy. Is he crazy or what? But now I want to add some flowers. Went ahead and used another stamp set, and there's a punch that actually punches out these cute little flowers. Now I'm going to have this listed below the video if you're interested. But I think we need just a few little flowers, so I'm going to cut this off. And I have my scissors. And what I like to use when I have something like this, let me get, oops, well, I don't know where my silicone mat is, but that's okay, not to worry. I'm using my Nuvo glue pen. Love this. So we're just going to get some glue on the back of it. And just for some added dimension, I'm just going to add a little bit right there. And let's see. Let's see if I can add some right here too. I think I actually might be able to. Just to add a little bit. Yep. So right here, I'm just going to add a little bit of that glue. Pick it up. And add it right there. Oh, look at that. So cute. I think I don't need 3. Now, we are just going to, let's see, if I move it in closer. I knew that was going to happen. I always do the wrong thing. We're moving it out. You would think I would know. Hey, Cynthia, we are so happy that you're with us tonight. Thank you for coming. Now look at this. We're going to add that. Oh, is that not cute? We're just going to add him with some glue. And here we go. Just put this right on the top. And it's nice to do a little scene sometimes. Just kind of very craft therapy, right? Thank you, Darlene. But we're not through because we still need to add where they can write their sentiment, right? And I want to add a little bit that they can color. Now, I'm not going to color it, but I'm going to add this crazy, crazy little guy. He looks crazy. He definitely has something to say. And I don't know if it's good or not, but look at him. Definitely has something to say. Oh, Debbie got hers on Tuesday. Wow, we're so jealous. I'm sure you've already finished all your cards and put them together. Okay. So you know what? I'm going to color him a little differently. Let's just get him colored with some orange and just color him very quickly. Okay. Okay, won't take but a second. And then I'm going to put a little bit of that melon mambo on him for his little topper, because he's just a wild kind of guy. So we're just going to put that. I like them because they look kind of crazy. Look at that. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do that little thing right there. Do his little legs. So you don't have to spend a lot of time if you don't want to. There you go. Look at that. How cute is he? Cute as a button, right? Okay. So let's see. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Look at that. So we just completed our first card. What do you think about these colors? Are they not crazy and wild? Loving these colors. Hi, Karen. Thanks for joining us. You know what? If you are watching the rebroadcast, we would love you to take a moment and leave a comment below the video. And for our people who are watching us, if after the video you'd just write a little comment, we certainly would appreciate that. We'd absolutely love hearing from you. But look at this guy. I love it. It really doesn't take that long. And it's super easy if you get the bundle. You get everything cut out. Plenty of room to write. And what I like is this particular design is very easy. This layout is super easy to make. But you know, we're going to make our second card, but before... Thank you, Cynthia. We were talking earlier about what is your color personality. Well, I decided mine was magenta, loud, kind of, you know, crazy loud. So those people who have just joined us, let us know, what is your color personality? We would love that. What is the color that represents your personality? But before we do that, I wanted to show you the colors that Pantone picked for 2023. I don't know if you have seen this, but look at this. Here are the colors. Now, are those not the colors of our card? Right? We have magenta, we have pumpkin pie, we have daffodil delight, we have pretty peacock. I'm loving those colors. So now we can all run out and get colors like that for our t-shirts and stuff, right? I just wanted to show you that. So we're not crazy when we pick these crazy wild colors. Somebody else did it for us, right? Okay. Let's move on to our second card. And I'm trying to make sure I get this just the way it's supposed to be. And it's like, okay, I'm not going to work. There we go. Get rid of that. There we go. Okay. Now our second card, we are going to be working with this new stamp set bundle, Countryside Corners, and an oldie but a goodie, Color and Contour, just for the sentiment. And then, oh, I had it, but it disappeared. Oh yeah, Sending Smiles for our flowers, because you know I love the flowers in this stamp set. So I want to show you a little bit about this really cool stamp set. When it comes, we always put a magnet sheet in our stamp case so that we can keep our dies right with it. And so there's 2 more dies that go in here. And just to give you a little heads up, because if you go over to Creative Moments by G and you click on my blog to get the dimensions, I'm going to refer to the die that we used as number 3 and number 4. And let me show you how I got that. We started with counting from the inside because the larger die should have the larger number, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how I'm going to refer to them when I show you how to cut it, okay? Hey, Darlene, my color is yellow, a ray of sunshine. Okay, and you know, I was listening to a song right before I came on live because I like to dance around the room. Go figure, right? And it was, oh, well, I'm not going to sing it, but sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Yep, there you go. Okay, so just like we did last time, we're going to cut our base card, just a regular base card, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And remember what I said, it's very important to cut your mats exactly the size you need when you're working with the diagonal card. What do you use to stick the magnet sheets in your folder? You know what? If you go over to Creative Moments by G and our website and you click on favorites, there'll be a link for the sheets. There's all kinds of sheets you can buy, but there's actually a package of 25 that fit perfectly in the stamp set. And so there's a link there that you can get. They're on Amazon. They're not very expensive, but boy, is it nice to hold your dies with your stamp set. But remember I told you to make sure that you get this cut right. You need to go ahead and cut your mats and then cut your diagonal. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me see. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to open it up. We're going to put the left-hand corner in the canal and the right-hand corner and just turn it until we get a diagonal. Very easy to cut. Just make sure that it's lined up and slice. And there we have it. Now, I will tell you, when you are cutting your mats and you're cutting the DSP, I have a trick for you. Let's go ahead and cut this one. We're just going to get it cut, lining up our corners, slice it. Now, because DSP is much thinner, you want to go ahead and get it lined up. Now, I want to make sure I have some pink, so I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. Line up my corners, and I'm going to start with this in the center. And the reason I'm doing that is because this is very delicate, right? And sometimes if you start slicing, it'll crimp it. So just another little tip to help you so you don't ruin your DSP when you go to slice it. Just line it up anywhere on the paper and just cut it like that. Then you don't have to worry about it. And see, we didn't crimp the edge at all. Okay, so let me see. I think that's good. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and let's lay this down. Let's adhere this to our paper. And I'm always amazed how perfectly it works. If you cut your mat and then you cut your diagonal, you will have the perfect border. Whatever border you wanted is what you'll have. Get that lined up. There we have it. I remember that song, Phyllis. Okay. There we go. See, I'm just going to glue it down. Oh, I'm loving these colors. Are these not beautiful colors? If you don't have this DSP, this is really, really a great DSP to get. So pretty. And there we have it. Now on this one, because we have a much smaller little card that goes across this way, we wanted to add another piece right here. So we went ahead and we used this beautiful embossing folder called Pretty Flowers, and we embossed this. Oh my goodness, look at this. I don't know, can you see that? Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love that. And we're gonna go ahead and put that, we're gonna make it even brighter, this card right here. Look at that. Isn't that gonna be pretty? Okay. So I'm just gonna get this, and because this is an embossing folder, you do need to put a little more glue than you might normally put, because it has crevices, right? And so you need to make sure that you get a good amount of glue on there so that it really does adhere to your card. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Now that's a bright card. That is a bright card. Okay, now the next thing we need to do is create our little card, and let me show you what we're going to do for that. You're going to cut a piece of paper that is 8 by 3. So we have 8 by 3, and we're going to score it at 4. But this does not look like what I showed you earlier. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the number 4. Remember I showed you those dies. The number 4. And you are going to put this is the important part. You're going to put this cutting blade right here, right past the fold. Because you don't want to cut it in half, you want to create a little card. So we're just barely going to add any little, you can still see a little bit of space there, right? So we are going to put it just like that. And I'm going to get some of our wonderful purple tape that we absolutely love. And we're just going to put it like this. Now we're going to cut through both pieces of paper. You are my sunshine, Stella. Yes. Love that song. Okay. So we are simply going to put this in our machine and cut it. And we're going to keep our fingers crossed. No, it'll work. Okay, here we go. Now, because it's 2 pieces of cardstock, I'm going to go ahead and run it through twice. You probably don't have to, but I want to. So let's just go ahead and get that. Okay. And drum roll. Okay, we're going to take this off. Let's get that off. I'm going to put this right there. And take this off. Oh, it did good. It cut right through just like it was supposed to. Take this off and look at that cute little card. You can do that with any die that you have. A circle. If you have a star, you just leave part of it off the edge and it will create that cute little card for you. Now, what we also had to do was we had to use, hang on, the number 3 and cut this out twice, right? Because they have to have some place to write, and so this is how it's going to look, just like this. We're going to glue this down on the inside. And you could put a little flower there, but we're not going to do that because there's not that much room to write. Now, of course, you could always put a white piece of paper on the back side of your card, and that would give you more room to write, not to worry. So let's go ahead. This is the inside of the card, and making sure that everything is right. Okay. Now, it's important when you go to put this in that you don't put the fold here. You don't want that. That's not going to help you. You want the fold to go to the outside, And plus, you want this to line up with the color of your card. Do you see how that border lines up? It just lines up really nicely. So I think that is just a small little touch that really adds to it. So the actual fold goes right to the edge right here. And it's gonna go over just like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and, let me see. I think I will go ahead and get this stamped with our sentiment. So let me see, I have this, and we are using this beautiful sentiment, thank you for everything. So I'm gonna bring in my black, and because I'm gonna put the flowers over to the left, I'm stamping him over to the right, as close to the edge as possible. And once again, I want to remind you, and I'm doing this for me because I'm going to forget if I don't. You want to make sure and put this on the cover the right way. Okay, and it goes towards the fold. Okay, so now what we've done is we have simply used, let me show you, Sending Smiles. We stamped these beautiful flowers in Melon Mambo, Old Olive, and Daffodil Delight. And look at our cute flowers that we have. Aren't those pretty? Look at that. Oh my goodness. Now I want to invite y'all, if you haven't signed up for our newsletter, make sure that you do that. It's super easy to sign up. You can just go to creativemomentsbyg.com, and when you go there, there'll be a pop-up window on how to sign up, because we send reminders, we send PDFs, we send information. So we would love to have you sign up. So let's go ahead and add this to the front of our little cute card. And, oops, there we go. Once again, I'm reminding myself how to do this, okay? We need to do it right over there, making sure that I don't mess up this card. Okay, let's see if I messed up. Nope, I think we're good so far. And now I'm gonna add, this has a place for 2 flowers. I think I'm gonna do it like this. I need to just kind of make, oh, look at that. Love, love, love. These, oh, that's it. That's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and glue him down, and then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the little petals, on the little flowers. So let's just get him where we want him, about right there. There we go. And I'm going to put 1 dimensional. Let's see, I'm going to get a big one. And does anyone have anything planned for this weekend? Do you have any festivals or things? I noticed that up in Michigan, I think they had some really cool, I don't know, it was like tulips, a tulip festival. Oh my gosh, I'm loving that. So does anybody have anything planned, like a big family event? You're going to get together with your family? Monty and I don't. We do not have any big plans for the weekend. Let me know if you're watching the rebroadcast, if you have any big plans. Oh, look at that. Now, I think I may cut this off, but I'm going to add it first. And the other thing I want to add is, I think I want to add a little flower right here. Well, fortunately, we cut off some flowers, some additional flowers. So let me see if I want to add a little flower. Just a little flower, just a little happy flower. Like that guy, just a little happy bush. Well, this is a little happy flower. Just resting, Cynthia, yes. Yeah. Well, we hope you get some rest in. Okay, so now let's go ahead and decide exactly where we want this. And I think I'm just gonna put it right in the middle. Once again, I'm lining up that edge, this fold right to the edge. Don't worry about this over here, okay? And I'm going to put it right in the center. Oh, I'm loving this. I am loving this card. Okay. So we're just, oh, I think I'm going to snip this off right here. There we go. Put it right in the center. Okay. And look at this. What do you think about this? Do you like this? I love this. Okay, now take just a moment and let me know which card you like the best. If you are watching the replay, take a moment and let us know of the two cards we made tonight, which do you like the best? Oh my goodness, are these color crazy cards or what? The happy birthday. Oh, I'm loving this little guy. I'm with you, Pat. I'm loving it. Serving breakfast Sunday for the American Legion to the vets. It's Poppy Month, so a friend and I made. Oh, that's so fantastic, Stella. That is wonderful. The computer I'm using doesn't hit the keys properly. Oh, Sunday Sisters Group, Annie. And, oh, that's wonderful. I'm going to... Hilda, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Everybody, wish Hilda a happy birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday. Okay, remember I told you that we had those other cards. Now here is this same card, but this is done in Pretty Peacock with the beautiful flowers. Look at all these. And what is so cool, let me show you what is so cool about this stamp set. You have these leaves, and this is the base of the leaf that gives you the color. This will color each of these leaves. So how cool is that? You have 3 different leaves that have different dimensions. So layering leaves has a punch that is really cool. That's something you might want to think about. Okay, one more card. Let us know which card you like the best of all the 4 cards. Make sure if you're watching the rebroadcast to let us know. We would love to know. We hope that you had fun tonight. I'm going to come back now. Let's see. Okay. We hope that you had fun, ladies. Thank you so much for sharing your time. My goodness, we had a birthday tomorrow. We have people making some fantastic cards, crafting. Some of you have your paper pumpkin. Let us know below the video if you were lucky enough to get your paper pumpkin. We'd love to know. And if you have any suggestions, things that Maudie and I could do, Linda, come on now. Give us some ideas about what we can do here in Cruces this weekend. Well, we hope that y'all go out and make it a fantastic weekend. We just appreciate you sharing your time with us and commenting. That means so much to us because it shows YouTube that we're doing a good job. Well, go out, make it a great day, and we'll see you on the next video. Oh, wait, before we go, I want to show you when we have our next lives. We have them on June 1st and June 15th, and we hope you put this on your schedule. Love you guys. Bye-bye.